Are you ready? You put in the time, you got the gear. In fact, everything you carry is designed for a specific purpose to give you maximum advantage. Except your glasses. Introducing purpose-built optics, scientifically formulated and optimized for your specific pursuit. At Hook 'em Bullet, we believe sight casting for redfish is different from pitching a bait to a billfish, flipping to a bass on a bed, or live scoping for crappie. Each environment has unique visual cues and demands. You spend a lot of time and treasure feeding an undeniable passion. Don't take a Snoopy pole to a marlin fight. Make the most of every opportunity.
It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. All born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Your early morning mentality is your every hour mentality. All gas, no brakes. Focus, purpose, power. Destined for the water, but confident everywhere else. A calming buzz before the storm, the truth of nature itself. You can't catch lightning in a bottle. There's a limit out there, but it's not with your gear. Unrelenting power delivery. Unparalleled weight savings. Keeping you on the water, whether you run a 9-9 or out scoping your best 5. In this rare air, there's power in the silence. It's a mindset, thinking only of the things that matter and freeing your mind from the things that you trust.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Twisted Cat Outdoors podcast, where we give you information on tournaments, events, everything in the catfishing world, bringing you value, tips and tricks, things that you can do out there on the water. Let's get this show started.
I think I just set a Twisted Cat Outdoors 3-fish record.
Hey everybody, Monday night, we just finished up the Twisted Cat Outdoors Championship in Helena, Arkansas. It was a good event, had 27 teams and an awesome weigh-in. Big fish was just over 50 pounds, and Michael and Brennan Yvonne won it. That was our first time south of Alton, Illinois, so pretty cool. We're going to have Michael and Brennan on next Monday night talking about how they, when they got down there, what they looked for and all that stuff to win the Twisted Cat Outdoors Championship. They won $10,500, so that was a pretty big accomplishment. While a few people are jumping on, I'm going to play our recap from Keystone Lake, and then we'll go over points and a few other things coming up.
Dream big, 'cause boy, you're gonna make it. Stand tall, there's a higher road to take it. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery. Yeah. I've in the darkness for 40 days.
Hey, Alex Nagy with Twisted Cat Outdoors. Again, this was an awesome event here in Keystone Lake. Huge payout, 31 teams from over 10 states. The fishing was amazing, and a lot of things are at play at the last tournament of the year. This is stop number 13. We've been from Savannah, Tennessee, all the way over to Keystone Lake in Manfred, Oklahoma. And like I said, this is a big lake, and a lot of changes from last year, being a little bit cooler than the September weather. Now we're in October, and again, it was a big weigh-in. We've seen a lot bigger fish, more fish. Almost every team weighed fish, and a big payout. So now we got to go back, put the points together, see how they did, and we're going to invite the top 50 anglers to Helena, Arkansas, November 2nd for our $25,000 championship. So again, it's going to be a big year. Our championship's left, and I can't wait to see how that plays out.
So can you help me out?
14.37.
Can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? But can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? But can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look in my soul.
Good unders.
I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
I also want to talk about the spectators that have really came into this sport. This is our second time in Oklahoma here at Keystone Lake. Last year we had a big crowd at the Harbor Grill. This year even a bigger crowd. People are asking all day, what time's the weigh-in? They're excited to be a part of it, and the sport's growing. And every event we've been to, more and more spectators are coming out, watching these anglers enjoy their passion, chasing these big catfish.
Just got finished up with the weigh-ins. Water temperature's a little bit cooler. We've seen a ton of big fish come in this week, and it's just fun to see it. Again, just really great to see Twisted Cat back here at Keystone Lake, and we can't wait to welcome them back.
They hear the big fish that are out in Keystone Lake, and now they get to sit down at the Harbor Grill, eat a cheeseburger, and watch them weigh these big fish in. So it's really exciting. And again, I love having spectators watch these events. And this is one of my favorite weigh-ins because we get to weigh in on the dock. So boats leave on the water, they come back on the water, they come up, we weigh their fish. You know, it's Oklahoma, so you can only have 2 over 30 inches and 3 under for blues. And we only seen 2 flatheads today, but overall, big fish. A lot of different bait techniques, from dragging, anchoring, spot lock, deep water, shallow water, about a mix of everything, and everybody caught good fish. It's just which area held the biggest. So again, an awesome weigh-in. So like I said, we've got kids, we've got ladies. It's a family fun event, and this is our 10th year, so it's growing, and we can't wait to see the future of Twisted Cat Outdoors and the sport of catfishing. All right, so that was an awesome event. Keystone Lake in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're at Harbor Grill. Again, we got to weigh in on the dock. It's our second year. First year we went there in September, and water was still a little bit warm. So middle of October, and we had some good fishing and a really good weigh-in. So pretty excited about that, and hopefully we get to go back. So I know several of you have been asking today about points, and jump into that. All right, let's see if I can make that big. Okay, here are the points. Everything has been updated and finished. As you see, JT Ray came out on top. Like I always say it, you know, your best 4 events plus the championship. So the championship can make or break you. JT Ray ended up with 985, Nolan Rummel 973, John Jameson and Kevin 971, Aaron Gerald 970, Lunsford and Golf 964, Coy Sneed 62, Welcher, Bond, Dierks. So pretty big turnout, pretty big weigh-in, and it changed some things around in the top. So that's how everything played out this year. And again, same thing we're going to be doing next year as we update this and have some different events. The schedule is looking to be a little bit different, so kind of interested how that's going to play out. Tomorrow night, Cody is going to help me do some of the artwork on the event pages, and we are working on our new website. One thing I can for sure tell you that we definitely will be, obviously, January 4th, Bama Blues, February 1st, Lake Ray Hubbard, March 1st, Alton, Illinois, March 15th, Kerr Lake, Arkansas River, and Fort Smith, Arkansas. Sunday, May 4th, Fort Madison, Iowa. Saturday, May 24th, Pekin, Illinois. July 5th, Perryville, Missouri. And we're starting to get into August, September, October in the championship. Hopefully have that here pretty quickly in the next couple of days. So that's going to get you started for the first 5 or 6 events. And again, we're pretty pumped about that. If there's any questions about anything this year, what we have coming up, rule changes, things like that, again, we're working on the website. Registration will start here pretty quickly. Probably open everything up probably maybe in the next 2 weeks. The website should be done, but we'll have it on the website and each event. So while we're going over that just one more time, I'll see if I can share my screen. Anybody got big plans coming up fishing wise? All right, I'll make that full screen. Ready for next year's schedule. What's up, Ruger? Sean Glasgow. Come on, dude. A week at Lake of the Ozarks. Chad, that sounds amazing. JT going to start pre-fishing for Kerr. Tom, we're going to get out on the Missouri River and destroy that personal best of yours. Okay, so real quick, again, you can see on the Facebook page, this is on a desktop also. But if you scroll down, the first thing you're going to see in this feature, and even if it's on your cell phone, which one of these is from the Bama Blues page, but you just click that event. That takes you to the event. You hit discussion, and then right off the bat, you've got Twisted Cat Outdoors Bama Blues January 4th, 2025 rules. Registration is open already. So we're going to start by tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. You're going to start seeing everything come out. It's crazy weather. Matt's fishing texts home in the morning. When are points coming? What do you mean when are points coming, I guess? Oh, Gilbert got the Turkey Bowl coming up. Oh, that's this Sunday. I have actually fished that one year with Seth McAllister. And the points are out, if that's what you're asking there, Mr. Tripp. What's going on? What's up, Greg? So again, starting tomorrow night at 7, me and Cody are going to get on the actually going to Zoom or do a Teams and start updating all the events on the Facebook page, and then continue working on the website. We actually have somebody helping us on the website, so pretty excited about that. Again, one more time, I know there's a few more that jumped on. January 4th, Bama Blues, Decatur, Alabama. February 1st, Lake Ray Hubbard, Garland, Texas, which is just outside of Dallas. March 1st, Alton, Illinois. March 15th, Kerr Lake, Arkansas River. Kerr Lake / Arkansas River, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Sunday, May 4th, Fort Madison, Iowa. Saturday, May 24th, Pekin, Illinois. July 5th, Perryville, Missouri. And then still working up August, September, October, November. So the first 6 or 7 are already out there, and we'll get all that stuff posted, registration going. Me and Chad still got to talk about something in the state of Illinois that we're working on. But other than that, like I said, everything this weekend went really well. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to, JT, if you're still watching, I did a little Photoshop last night on my phone while I was falling asleep, watching TV, of a picture you posted. And I gave you some Ric Flair hair. So I'm going to post that tomorrow with your belt. But again, JT Ray came out with the Angler of the Year, which is an awesome accomplishment for 2024. So proud of you, JT, for that. That's not an easy thing to do. And again, next Monday, we're going to have Michael and Brennan Yuvon on the show, going over that, how their championship went, what they did to get there. Maybe JT, the Monday after, we'll get you on the show and kind of talk about the season, what you're looking forward for next year, and how you became the 2024 points champion Angler of the Year. And let's see. Making sure I'm not missing any questions. And then I did do a questionnaire. Me and Liz did a questionnaire this past weekend at the championship. She's not here, but I'm going to throw her under the bus. She actually forgot the whole second page. So if you filled it out, you see the front page, and then right behind that front page is supposed to be full, and then the third page. But also I'm going to call some of the people, the regulars that fish the event, and kind of go over some things with them, from boat checks, live wells, captain's meetings, points, all that stuff. One of the questions on the championship that we had was, do you like to see it be a no entry fee championship? Let's say like for this year's championship, it was $25,000 plus $500 big fish. And then we had some money at points. Would you have liked to see those 27 boats pay $300 and then add $8,100? So, all close to a $35,000 championship, or do you like that no entry fee? So some of those questions are, what we're looking at, and everything else is staying pretty close to the same. $300 entry fee, 100% payback, all that fun stuff. We are adding, you can have any, your 3 adults in the boat, and then plus any 12-year-old and under, as many 12 and under as your boat can handle, or before you exceed the limit. So for example, if there's 3 guys on a boat and they want to take their 2 boys they both got 2 boys that are 12 and under, they could be on the boat also. Let's see. What's up, Nebraska Wildcats? I was watching your live weigh-in last week, and I don't know if you've seen all the comments I was putting. I think somebody was weighing a fish, and I said, step on it. So actually, here pretty soon, I'm going to do some pretty serious fishing. So next week, actually the middle, let's see. So my whole I got to show you guys sometimes the picture of the wall, but the whole calendar, I've got my 2025 calendar up. So it'd be then 2 weeks. I'm going to be heading down to Sea Arc for a meeting for a couple days. And then the weekend before Thanksgiving, I plan on going to, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, just for my own sake, I'm going to go to Lake Ouachita and see if there's actually catfish in there, because 28 pounds won our championship last year. So I'm going to see what it's like now, if it's any better, if we just kind of hit it at the wrong time. And then during Thanksgiving, Liz and I are going to go down and fish probably the Red River and the lower Mississippi. So going to be fishing pretty hard for a few weeks, actually. So I'm pretty excited about that. Greg, I will do my best to bring your boat back. And I did ask, so I should get some response on that too. You have any tournaments August 23rd and 24th? I think yes, that I do. Actually, looking at the Missouri River area that time, I caught some big channels out of there. Out of Ouachita? Chad, that's a good. What would happen if each team in the championship had to find a $2,000 sponsor after they qualify in points, and it all went to the prize pool? Yeah, I mean those are the things that I'm wanting to see about anglers. You know, what they would look for, what they would like to see changed. You know, if you have things, and if you have some things that you really think would help grow the sport, you know, shoot me a text message. Facebook message, an email, twistedcatoutdoors@gmail.com, or just give me a call. Like I said, I'm willing to listen to anything. The more minds, the better. Man, I would love to fish Calamus. It's just going to be tough if I have an event that weekend. But yes, that would be, if I didn't have an event, I would definitely come. Probably get a few guys to come for sure. Let's see. And who else would you guys like to see on the podcast in the next few weeks? We've had some really good ones. And like I always tell Nate Moore on the phone, you know, make sure you go back and listen to some of those. There's a lot of key ingredients that you pick up if you really listen, you know, from Chris Stout to Hunter Jones to John Jameson, all those guys. You know, it might be a 2-hour podcast, but if you listen, there's a few things that come out of each one. You know, even with Chris Stout just recently, I learned quite a bit on bait, how he talked about how bait was, you know, when a front came in, somebody's slamming the door, how it pushes the bait deep and the fish go deep. And, you know, you take this weekend with the weather pattern we had and you couldn't fish on Friday. Saturday was a big change. And if you look what happened, the guys that won were in 6 foot of water, with the water going down, being steady and going down, and not what you think. So pretty interesting. Yeah, dude, Richard, I'd love to have you on. Greg, we need a night tournament, dude. How about this? You run the night tournament. I'll fish the night tournament. You down for that? That's rough on a tournament director doing night tournaments. I did do a few out of Columbia Bottoms, though. Those were brutal. Yes, night tournaments are rough because, you know, especially if I do it a couple hours away from home, you really got to still go on Friday, and it pretty much makes the whole weekend, you know, you get back really, really late. Halftime at bingo night. Listening in. What's up, Mr. Nate Blint? I got to go fishing with Nate and Scott Rupert last week, or actually 2 weekends ago, for Channel Cat up in Pool 19, which we had some really good bites and caught some really good fish. Starting on Friday night. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, I try to stay away from night tournaments just because, like I said, it's just so much going on. Come over to Clinton Lake this winter, and the Needham boys will set you up. Clinton Lake. Sean, you got to remember that Tom lives close to that Missouri River, and that is a special place in the winter. Well, special enough where, like I said, the last 3 Alton tournaments in a 12-month span, we weighed 100-pound fish in each one of them. Not many places can say that. So, yeah, night tournaments for Twisted Cat next year is probably going to be a no-go, but if anybody wants to put one on, I'd fish it if I'm free. But back to Matt's question, I definitely will be doing some fishing quite a bit here soon. So pretty excited about that. Doing some channel cat fishing, some big blue cat, medium-sized blue cat. And then also we finally got a hold of the college crew that did the graduate study on blue cats. This would have been back probably 8 years ago. They did a 2-year study at every one of our tournaments, doing a diet sample, measure, weigh, and tag. And we're going to get all that information and finally, 8 years later, get some stuff on that. So we're really, really excited about that. Matt, I might take you up on that because I got to go down to Garland down at Lake Ray Hubbard at some point. JT's game for Lake Ouachita. Yeah, JT, I'll let you know. I'm looking at to be like November 21st weekend, something like that. Let me pull my calendar up, my 24 calendar. November 23rd. So I'm looking at November 23rd and 4th, that's Saturday, Sunday, to tear up Lake Ouachita. Sunday looking like decent weather for some blue channel cats in Fort Madison. Yes, Dylan, I'm down for that. We can take my boat and you come jump in and let's go get some. Yeah, this Sunday looks good for me. Hey, I have fun whether we catch fish or not, man. Come on. Sean, hopefully pretty soon. We've got most of the dates out. Like I said, January 4th, Decatur, Alabama, the Bama Blues. February 1st, Lake Ray Hubbard in Garland, Texas, this suburb of Dallas. March 1st, Alton, Illinois. March 15th, Kerr Lake, Arkansas River, Fort Smith, Arkansas. May 4th, Fort Madison, Iowa. May 24th, Pekin, Illinois. July 5th, Perryville, Missouri. And then we're working on August, September, October. Plus all the other events that we're a part of. Fishing for Freedom is going to be May 31st, the weekend after Pekin. June 20th and 21st, we have our Sea Arc Owners Poker Run. And then ICAST the second week of July, actually the July 14th through the 18th that week. I'll be in Orlando and then come back. And then I'm going to go help Chris and George down at Vicksburg for the Megabucks, which is July 26th. And then we'll be at tournaments back to Twisted Cat stuff. And then September 13th is MRM, which I'll be fishing. And it looks like possibly New Madrid is going to be September 20th. So we're just trying to figure out a few of these cities and things have had some things change. Also looking at Savannah, Tennessee, and trying to figure out when that's going to be. But it looks like New Madrid is actually, for the first time, it's always been the first weekend of October. But they're looking to kind of redo some things, restructure some of their events in the town. They had somebody help me out. What band was in New Madrid this summer? The Marshall Tucker Band. So the Marshall Tucker Band was in there. So they're going to bring another big band. And I think that we're going to try to do kind of a fall festival / river fest / catfish tournament. So we're still looking at that, which changes things for a few events. And then probably still looking at that November 1st, November 8th for the championship. How about a 2-day championship? And thinking about that again. And I'm going to for sure, personally talk to everybody that fished the championship and get some, since they fished a lot of events and all the people that fished a lot of events to kind of get their input on what they'd like to see in 2025. I know we did a handout too, and I'm going to go over those. But and again, if you're watching and you're a big follower and there's some things you'd like to see, don't hesitate to call me and talk about that stuff. Let's see. Where's next year's championship going to be? Lake. I don't know. Maybe River? I don't know. Lake or River? We'll see. Fort Madison, I got skunked there for Blue Cats. Heard there are few and far between. Chad, I've 10 years strong and not weighed a Blue Cat, but Max DeBay has weighed quite a few. So I'm gonna get out with Max. I think next year I'm gonna put some hours into the Max and see if we can make that happen. You'll see Nedham boys at Wheeler and then at Alton. Looks like I'll be at Wheeler. Monty says Lake. Nooner says, Nooner, we just had it on a river. What's wrong with that? Let's pull up for Nooner. Let's see if I can. All right, here we go. Let's go over this past weekend's results. All right. It's pulling up. Okay. So I'll make that big. So here is this past weekend's results. The Twisted Cat Outdoor Championship, Helena, Arkansas. Again, 27 teams. So check this out. And a lot of you know these teams. Obviously, some of you are on here watching, but you know, the brothers, Brennan and Michael Yuvon, never fished south of Alton, caught their PB, fishing 6 foot of water, 110.89. So that's incredible. Kevin Hoffman, Jackson Mitchell, 98.30. And, you know, when I'm weighing fish on the stage, it's hard to keep them. I didn't realize how close some of these weights were. JT Ray, 97.51. The captain, Randy Welcher, 95.55. Coy and Brian, Dragon Master, 93.77. Lunsford, 82.04, 76. So this top 7 finish for Nolan got him second in points. Team Droulard, never been south of Fort Madison, Iowa. So just think about this for a second. John and Katie, his wife, never been south on the Mississippi River and go down to Helena, Arkansas and get 8th place. If that tells you this can be done by anybody, look at that right there. Look at number 1, 110.89. Some really, really good anglers got beat this weekend, and that just shows you that it can happen to anybody. Mike Bainey down in 16th, Charles Scott, John Jameson 14th, Kevin, Chris White, Nick Perkins, Jed Osborne, Brad Holt, Monty. But Nooner, we get all the way to the bottom. We didn't lose you yet, did we? Hold on a second. Hold on. Tom said, did I miss Nooner's team on Saturday? Tom's still looking for pictures of Nooner's fish. And if I had $1, Tom, right, I'm going to share it. If I had $1 for every time I heard this, whew, I'd have some money. Threw the fish back and didn't even come to weigh in. Couldn't even come and say hey and shake the winner's hands and just took off. Ouch. We had it on the river for you, Nooner. Right here. Ouch. Nooner, we might need to have you back on the show and talk about the championship in Helena, Arkansas. And again, and this is nothing against Nooner. I love Nooner like a brother. I'm always going to give Nooner a hard time. But again, just like you see here, anglers first place, $10,500 with 110.89, never fished below Alton, Illinois. And one of the best on that Mississippi River stretch threw fish back. Or we don't know that he threw fish back. We heard he threw fish back. But that can happen to anybody. So just something to think about. Nooner, I still love you. I still love you. Nooner says, I told them boys all week 90 pounds would get you in the top 5, and it would be somebody who never fished the river who would win the tournament. Dylan Lawson, my first time fishing the Mississippi River Blues. Mississippi for Blues, that was sweet. Let's see, Dylan, where'd you end up at? 9th place. First time fishing the Mississippi for Blues. So again, great weekend. What's up, Scott? Sean, what are you laughing about? Come on, man. I'm just messing with Nooner a little bit. Ninth, 2 years in a row in the championship. That's impressive. So here's just a little recap, and then we'll have a video, but just kind of a little recap of our captain's meeting. There's John hanging out. Look at this right here. And that anybody got to see that thing was heavy. So that's our Angler of the Year, JT Ray. Michael and Brennan Yvonne, first place. Nolan Rummel, second place. Angler of the Year. Like I said, overall, this was an amazing event. Helena really was a great place to have this championship. From the food. Look at that thing right there. Uh-oh, somebody's coming for that belt, boys. Write that down. November 4th, 2024, concrete to catfishing. YouTubers coming for the belt. JT, you think you can do a repeat back-to-back Angler of the Year? Caught 55 fish on that trip. Yeah, I know the weights were definitely low overall, but still tons of people caught fish. Almost everybody caught a limit. So some people caught 20, 30 fish. So, oh, Sean. No, I got to give Nooner a hard time. I love him still. So yeah, we've never had, I don't think, back-to-back Anglers of the Year. Another thing that I'm gonna do is getting the 2023 championship logo. Actually, I think. Let's see if I can share this. So this logo right here, the Powered by Suzuki National Championship presented by Sea Arc Boats 2024. So I'm going to get the 2023 one and everybody that fished in 2023 championship. And then this one for 2024. And everybody that was a part of the championship will get a sticker, and you can start collecting those stickers. So I've got, I'm getting those worked on right now. And then in 2025, we'll have another logo similar to this, and then you can collect your sticker each year. And we'll see, maybe do some cool things, who's made, the first 5 championships. So next year will be technically our 3rd year for having it the way we're doing it big like this. What's up, Devin? Hopefully you can make a few. Absolutely. Yeah, JT, so what do you think? And not next Monday, but the Monday after, you're going to be on with us, and we'll talk about if you can do it 2 years in a row and kind of go over how this year went. Chasing it, you kind of had some really good finishes and then kind of not so great finishes, but then came back. And, when you have 13 events, or whether you show up to 6, 7, 8, but you got to have 4 quality finishes. And then that championship is everything. And if you look back at these last 2 years, and I say this with a lot of love, so don't be hating. I'm just talking real, like Sean says I do. Mike Keel was up 9 points going into Lake Ouachita and got beat out by Kevin and John. Aaron Jarrell up 2 points and got beat out by JT. JT had a strong finish. I'm not sure where Aaron actually finished. What place? Finished in 20th place. So that hurt him on the points. And then Nolan Rummel jumped up with a 7th place finish. John and Kevin were down 14th, so Nolan got 2nd. So, a lot of interesting things can happen at the championship. And again, if you do kind of look at it, I guess, we've went river, lake, river. So I don't know if it'll end up being on a lake, but be kind of interesting. Oh, Nooner's talking about a month ago. Yeah, I think a little bit of just the water continuing to go down in Helena made it tough. And Nooner, what's your thoughts on this? And everybody watching, I don't know if you're watching and you didn't get to fish, but there's definitely was a struggle, in my opinion, on Friday, not letting anglers fish. And, as an angler also myself, you got to think of it as, we had a really Wednesday afternoon, I think a front came in. They started getting rain, some heavy rain. Thursday was really rough weather, windy. The temperature dropped, the water temp dropped, and lots of rain, which at that point, on my drive down Thursday, I'm thinking, well, will the tributaries have some current? Is that going to change things? Are these fish still going to be pushed deep in the wood, maybe with this front coming in? And it's kind of crazy. Some anglers caught 20, 30 fish in deep water, suspended baits. And then the winners, had 110 pounds in the first hour. So kind of interesting. But like Nooner, do you think Friday not being able to put bait in the water, not being able to catfish change things? What do some of you guys think of that? That definitely, when you can scan and you don't know that those are catfish, that's tough. Nooner says they wasn't in the wood. The place we fished was a place we pre-fished and never got a bite. So what do you think happened? You caught fish what days? I think we talked and you said you were on fish Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. And then maybe you didn't pre-fish it all Thursday. And then Friday, I don't know if you fished it all. But, that goes back to always talking and having these podcasts going over, anglers that go super early to these events might get on a pattern on the Saturday before, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and everything can change. And when that happens, everything's thrown out the window. So if you go pre-fish on the weekend before, that pattern most likely won't stand for the next weekend. So I think that, that Friday scanning, making sure you know what you're looking for, as Brian Sanam always says to me, those are carp. But that's not true as long as you know what you're looking for. So make sure that you understand what you're looking for, because that's a big deal. So JT caught a ton of fish pre-fishing, caught 5 tournament days. So JT, what do you think? Was it because of the the system that came in that changed everything, that slowed them down, that made the bite tough. Maybe it even pushed some of the bait fish down or spread them out. You know, you had the Brian and Coy were also dragging bait, something different you don't see a lot of people doing this time of year. But I don't know what Randy Welcher and his crew were doing. JT, were you bumping? I don't know if anybody else is getting rain, but it is raining hard right now. I'm looking out the window. We were getting pounded. I think we're supposed to get 4 inches in like 2 days, which we need it. So Nooner said caught fish Monday through Wednesday. Every place we stopped, we caught fish 15 to 30 pounds. We found a stretch with a lot of wood and never got a bite. We decided to fish there because we didn't feel like those 20 and 30 pounders would win. We went for broke and fished the wood because we felt like it would produce a monster if we caught anything. We went all in and didn't pay. And you know what? In a tournament like this, you got to go all in. So JT was bumping. So, yeah, I'm curious. You know, JT, obviously Brennan and Michael were anchor fishing with first place. I'm not sure on Kevin and Jackson. JT, third place, was bumping. Randy Welcher, fourth place, I don't know what he was doing. Fifth place was dragging baits. So a mixture, just in the top 5 teams, you had definitely 3 different techniques, which is interesting. And I think that's something that you can, you know, when you think the Mississippi River, the lower Mississippi River, you know, 1st of November, you know, you got a bump. So Kevin says anchor and bump. So again, I think a lot of anglers think that the Mississippi River, you got to be bumping all the time. And I think, you know, if anybody's watching and you haven't watched Ryan Casey's podcast with me, go back and watch it all the way through and listen very carefully to some of the things he talks about, you know, over the years. It's probably one of the best podcasts we've done. And again, that shows you why the top 5 with completely different scenarios on how they were chasing fish. And you know, if you look, that's why I'm kind of interested to go to Ouachita, Lake Ouachita in Arkansas, where we had our 2023 championship, and kind of see how that is, you know, because if I go there, it'll be almost 4 weeks later. 4 weeks later than the championship was last year. Obviously, it's getting a lot cooler, water temp going down. I think there was a thermocline last year, so Nooner says that, but here's the thing, Nooner, you're saying that Lake Ouachita sucks, but you can't. I mean, what do you say to this? What do you say to Helena, Arkansas? You might have weighed more fish at Ouachita than you did on the Mississippi River, so you got to think about that. I mean, do you think just because you go to a place and the fishing is bad that day, that weekend, that it's just all out? You know, I know Brian and Coy were catching blue cat, not big ones, but and I think, JT, did you catch a big channel cat? I know one guy caught like a 17 or 19 that wasn't JT, but I heard JT caught a big channel cat too. Nooner, I love you, man. I'm sorry. Nooner, to be a well-rounded angler, you got to be able to catch channel cats, man. Caught a 15. So JT caught a 15-pound channel cat. I know, gosh, I don't know if it was somebody else caught a giant channel cat down there. Yeah, Sean, absolutely not. Our home lakes around here on, and off again. Yeah, and like I said, that's what makes Twisted Cat as interesting as it is because you have to be able to go and catch channel cat. 15 is about the size I have caught out of there. All right, so Mosey, are there some big blues in there? We're trying to figure that out. Have you caught any big blues? Oh, Nooner, you're killing me, man. £15 channel on Carlisle. That's a giant. Nooner's on a roll tonight. So you're saying that if you had to fish a Channel Cat series, you couldn't compete? So you've not caught any big blues there, but have not drugged the lake yet. When have you fished it? So, Dominic, my opinion on the situation is if I'm going to take time off guiding and away from family to go somewhere for a week, if I get pre-fishing time, I want to go somewhere where the fishing is at least decent. So, is Helena, would you say the fishing is at least decent? Richard, did you get a sweatshirt yet? Oh, summertime is brutal on Ouachita. So 2-day championship, no 1 day. Yes, I love Helena. You didn't fish Lake Ouachita, did you, Dominic? Camping with the family, we caught them from the bank using live bluegill. Yeah, I think Lake Ouachita will be a whole different lake without the thermocline. All right, JT, make a plan for it here in a few weekends. Well, really, I mean, Dominic, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, we usually go to pretty decent places to fish. Gosh. Oh, my. Yeah, I mean, if you look at next year's schedule so far, you got, January 4th, Decatur, Alabama. That's impressive, fish. I'm super pumped about Lake Ray Hubbard. Heard a lot of good things about it that time of year, February 1st. Richard, they're going to be on the site this week, I promise. March 1st, Alton, Illinois. There's nothing to even be said about that. The last 3 Alton tournaments, we've weighed fish over 100 pounds. So Nooner, I'm sure you'll be there, right? And then March 15th, Kerr Reservoir or Kerr Lake. Wait. Kerr Reservoir, I think. Yeah. And the Arkansas River system, Fort Smith, that's good fishery. May 4th, Fort Madison, Iowa is just giant channel cats. That pool just produced 60 pounds for first place and 5 fish. That's insane. Several 13s. Tons over 10. May 24th, Pekin, Illinois. That's going to be big flatheads, channel cats. And then July 5th, Perryville, Missouri. I mean, there's some pretty good waters that we're going to. I know a Ninja Lake that has tons of nice cats. Yeah, I'm interested. We had more people fish. I don't have the paperwork with me. We had over 760 or 780 unique anglers this year. And a lot of people quite a few didn't get into or trying to get into the championship. So I'm kind of curious who's going to be chasing Twisted Cat Outdoors next year. Perryville's awesome. Fort Smith was a good time. Yep. We're going to do our best to be at 4 or 5 this year. Oh, yeah. So it's better, but I did crack my nail a little bit. I had a smooth move seat land on my foot or on my toe. Yeah, Sean or Matt, the biggest weigh in at Twisted Cat ever was in Perryville. Wheeler for 2025 is January 4th. Yeah, I know. They were adamant about having it that weekend, so it will be July 5th. So, and that's true. That's very true, Greg. The biggest weigh-in and the smallest weigh-in ever. It was in Perryville. Biggest turnout of the year was. Let me see if she's here. So biggest turnout of the year was Alton, Illinois in March, 87 or something, 87 boats, 86 boats. Getting ignored. This is what it feels like when I call everybody on this podcast. I get their voicemail. When you call me, I always answer. It is, Devin. Like I said, a lot of people, you take like Kevin Hoffman and Gilbert and a lot of these anglers that they'll roll in Friday night at 10, 11 o'clock at night. John. Thanks, Jason. Randy, I always answer the phone. Come on, dude. Don't be like that. So, Cody, if you're still on here tomorrow night, again, be ready for a lot of these events to hit the Facebook page where you can follow. Make sure you follow them for all the stuff on those events. And be watching for a lot of things coming out. Next Monday, Michael and Brendan Yvonne will be on. The Monday after that, if JT would give me an answer, I'd love to have JT Ray on, our 2024 Angler of the Year. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to post a picture, and you're going to see how the 2024 Twisted Cat Outdoors Angler of the Year drinks his coffee. And for those of you watching, it turns your hair the same color as Ric Flair's. I will say that. Yeah, same weekend as the Collinsville Expo. So, all right. So JT. So the next 2 weeks are covered. If there's some other anglers you'd like to see on here, I'd love to give. Let's see. I'd like to get Devin on here a little bit out of Oklahoma. Neon yellow. Must have been some Starbucks coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of neon yellow, I guess. Ric Flair's hair. You know what? I got Ric Flair's hair right here. It's kind of a mix of these two. I don't know which one. So this is one of the wigs. That's kind of a mullet wig, honestly. It's kind of a mix between those. It's tough to get, I think, a Ric Flair Dieter round 2. I do need to get Dieter back on here for sure. Yeah, hey, you guys had a really good year. I mean, a crazy good year. Tyson, it's probably good you guys didn't fish another tournament because you guys had, let's see if I can look you up real quick. You had a second, a first, and like a 7th. So you had some crazy good finishes. Mullet for life. So yeah, if there's other, like I said, any other anglers you'd like to see on here, let me know. The next 2 weeks are going to be good. We've had some great podcasts. The best way to look at some of our previous podcasts is to probably go to YouTube, and then I'll actually share and show you how to find. Let's see. There we go. Share. This is Twisted Catch YouTube. And we're trying to get 1,000 subscribers just so I can beat my son, because I told him I'd make 1,000 by last July. So right now we're at 936. But if you just go to Twisted Cat Outdoors, and then actually we're live right here, go to videos, and then you can scroll these videos. So you got some of the every tournament recap is going to be on here. You got a good one with where I took Rhett Channel Cat and then caught a giant sturgeon. I did a day on the water with Seth Macalo and Angler Spotlight, and I'd love to do some Angler Spotlights with some of you anglers. So, JT, actually thinking about it, maybe we could do an Angler Spotlight at Lake Ouachita with you. It'd be kind of cool. Then some solar eclipse fishing, power pole, paddle install, and then here we go. So like here's Catfish Currents with Colton. There's the Keystone Lake tournament. Here's Ryan Casey. Here's where I did a live on the water at Lake Whitney, Texas with some guys. And then Ryan Casey uncovering secrets, catfish history, and much more. So just come click this. It's a good long podcast. Another solid one right here, Lance and Dominic. Tournament success, shad kill, fishing new waters. That's an incredible one to watch. Old Dieter. That's actually a pretty good one. Justin Clare. I mean, these are all, if you want to learn this off season, you're crazy to not come and watch some of these. Jeff Williams of Team Catfish. Tyler Barnes, Kirk Lucky. We've had some really big anglers on this podcast. So here's an Angler Spotlight with Kyle Johnson from a few years. That's 5 years ago now. Man, it's crazy how long it's been going on. Let's see if I can play this. Let's show Chris Souders would be good. Hey, everybody, let's see if I can get this big on the screen. Check out one of my first videos I ever did. This is absolutely hilarious. I don't know if it'll play. Hear it? Hey guys, Alex Nagy of the Twisted Cat Outdoors. We have some great new things for 2017. We have some new venues, some new sponsors, and some great added money for each event. Our first event's about a month away, March 4th, down in St. Louis, Missouri at Columbia Bottoms Conservation Area. It's a really good weigh-in, usually a 3-fish limit from well over 150 pounds. So check us out, stay in touch with Facebook, and we hope to see you this year. All right, could you guys hear that? That was an incredible, one of my first ever videos, 2017 Twisted Cat promo video. Wow. Yeah, Matt, the Ryan Casey one is awesome. It really is. But yeah, so make sure you check that out. Again, all of those all of those that we do are uploaded to the YouTube channel. That's probably the easiest and fastest way. Facebook has just got every single video that I put up there. Just there's tons of them to go through. So YouTube is probably the best way for that. Clyde Hood, how about having a tournament with no pre-fishing allowed? So we've actually done that a couple times, Clyde. So a couple years ago out of Cape Girardeau and out of Crystal City, Missouri, we did no for the championship, no pre-fishing Monday through Thursday, and then you couldn't be on the water Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, you could be on the water with no hooks in the water throughout that day. Again, it's kind of what we've done with the championship, taking that Friday out is a big deal. I don't know that anybody has done the no fishing on Friday. So, it's definitely kind of that first step in that direction. And, one thing that we're looking at, we'd love to do like an all chicken tournament, kind of have some fun little side deals that we do. Maybe it's some live stuff. We'll be doing some live stuff this fall for sure. But that's a good idea. And Clyde, I don't know if did you know that this weekend that, Friday for the championship out of Helena, they could be on the water, just no catfishing. So they couldn't have any bait or hooks in the water or nothing. Dylan said, I think I actually fished that one out of Columbia Bottoms that year. I was 18. Yeah, 2017. That's a long time ago. That was when I was I was at my buddy's up in Woodstock, Illinois at Seth McAllister's, and we were working on the green screen to take the background out on Adobe Premiere. So crazy. Barbie pole tournament. I like that. That's a good idea. So yeah, Chris Souders, that's what Steve Henderson said. Chris Souders would be good. So I need to get him on the show. So again, next weekend, the winners from the championship, Michael and Brendan Yvonne, JT Ray, Angler of the Year. The week after that. And I'll see if I can get Chris Souders on. So that'd be 3 Mondays from now. And then actually the weekend before Chris Souders will be on, I think, JT, if you're still watching, I think Washita would be really cool to do that angler spotlight with you. So that'd be kind of cool. And I think that the fishing will be awesome. Tyson, so for sure we have, as of right now, Fort Madison, Iowa, Sunday, May 4th. Pekin, Illinois, May 24th. I don't know about Muscatine. I'm 99% sure we're going to go to Burlington sometime late September. So for sure 3 Channel Cat tournaments. Hey, you're on live. We were just seeing if you wanted to come hang out, but. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll be down soon. Maybe next week. Everybody's asking where you're at, so they wanted some of the data that you collected, the numbers. So, could you run that up? Could you run that up real quick? Yeah. Okay, run that up. All right. Thanks. Bye. She's going to bring up just the numbers that she went through on like how many anglers, how many boats, what all we paid out, and some stuff like that. We had a trash fish on the southeastern Arkansas catfishing trail. So Barbie, what about a chicken tournament? What's people think of just an all chicken tournament? And I would be all against that until the time me and Liz went out and I had fresh live moon eye that I was cutting up, and she beat me with chicken. No.
Can you hop on that new Siri and look at the total weight from the championship?
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
It's not focusing on you. Walmart bait only. That's a good one. 15, 55, 32.
Do you have a pen?
10 and a calculator. Yeah, I agree, Dylan. I don't. Is Bo knocking the chicken? Everybody wanted to see what you look like with Ric Flair hair. I told him tomorrow morning we're going to post a picture of the 2024 Angler of the Year, JT Ray, and he's got a little bit of Ric Flair hair, and he's also, yeah. Well, I don't know that that's Ric Flair hair, but golly,
Like an old lady.
yeah, that you look like an old lady now. Golly.
Let me get your all's number for you. Hold on.
Live chickens, maybe, said Brian. Brian, I need to get you back on here. The last time Brian was live with me on the podcast, 2 weeks later, I was wearing just a mustache.
Okay. This is
More like
gotta
George
go.
Washington.
Yeah, after I read that, that's gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
Here's some stats from 2024. Look how pretty, at least show them how pretty it looks.
Here, I gotta figure out.
She
what
spent
one.
hours, like 8 hours on this. Which one
I
figure
probably
out?
spent a good 2 hours. So, well, this would be plus. We just had 27 boats in the championship.
Bo lost 30 pounds of sinkers this week, and he was on fire. Ouch. Okay.
Okay.
Here's some data
So we had 14 tournaments this year
with Jack and Jill.
with the Jack and Jill. That's counted. So, and then the total payout for the year, this is counting the championship. So we had $189,250 payout with just our regular 14 events. Then we added the championship on there, which was $25,500. And Twisted Cat paid out a total of $214,750 this season.
Wow. $214,750.
Total is 642 boats fished the 2024 season. There were 766 total different anglers that fished the 2024 season. And then, so before we had this as the trivia Friday night at Harvey Q's.
Yeah, so we gave away a power pull anchor of your choice, which most likely would be a 10-foot blade, which is, what does that cost? A 10-foot blade is probably, looks like $2,300. So a $2,300 power pull anchor. And the question was, let's ask you guys here, if you know it, did you already say it?
No.
Don't answer this question.
So John Williams cannot.
Yeah, nobody answer this question, and you definitely don't, because we'll give away do a hat or t-shirt. Let's do a new t-shirt. So one of the new Twisted Cat t-shirts to whoever guesses how much, the first person without going over
that guesses how much weight Twisted Cat weighed in the 14 season events plus the championship. We'll do that.
Yeah, so plus the championship, so 15 total events, all the catfish that got through that weigh-in bucket. What's the total without going over? The closest one in the next minute gets a free t-shirt. One of our new T-shirts that will go online here soon. Here we go. Come on.
Mark, it's set.
Go.
I don't know where my timer is.
Mike, you can't guess. Brian,
So are
you
you
can't
making
guess.
it to where if you were at the
If you were at the captain's meeting, you can't guess this. And Mike Salazar 1800 is way off. We do more than 1800 a tournament. I'll tell you. How about that? Usually.
you can't give out clues, Deborah.
That's a little bit of a clue. Oh my gosh.
That's a camo. This is not a camo Twisted Cat hoodie. Is that what Tyson's talking about?
Oh no. No, this is an old Under Armour hoodie.
I think you had that when we met. That's old.
Right here.
Got about 32 seconds.
Come on. What do we got?
$28 seconds.
80,000. Chad. How much time?
12, 11, $1.
10,
Bob. $1, Tom.
9,
5,
8, 7,
6, 4, 3,
2.
1. Ooh, Lisa got one in there. All right, let's look it over real quick.
Okay.
Gonna go up
And I'm going to
the-
share the winner on the post. Are you guys ready? And you got to be honest how you got this number. You ready? This is the closest. Boom. Joe, how in the world did you come up with that number?
So the actual total is 19,767.23. Is how much weight we weighed with the 14 events and the championship. At the championship, we weighed 1,555.32. That's a lot just for a championship and 27 boats, 3 fish limit.
Tyson, he didn't know, did he? Was this a true guess?
Excuse you, Roxy.
So that was all. So yeah, pretty cool data for 2024.
Should be kind of cool to go back to 23 and do all that.
It's not focusing. There we go. Lucky guess.
Well, John Williams guessed on Friday night at Harvey Q's. He guessed about 200 shy of the actual 14.
Yeah, that's a lot of kitty cats. Hey, Joe, unfortunately, you don't win a $2,300 power pull anchor, but you win a really
You don't have one up here?
awesome Twisted Cat Outdoors t-shirt, one of our new ones. I'll let you pick the color. Shoot me a personal Facebook message. Oh, here we go. Only if the Matt could have got that monster out of the tree that they caught. Yeah, we gave away a lot of power pole certificates this weekend. We did a random drawing at the championship, and Chris White had the lucky chip. And then we did John Williams guess the weight at the captain's dinner. Nolan Rummel for second place angler of the year won one.
And then
JT Ray, Angler of the Year, won 2
for first
plus
place.
$1,000. So Angler of the Year this year got $1,000 and two anchors and that giant belt. And then second Angler of the Year, Nolan Rummel got $500 and an anchor pole, a power pole blade. And again, like I said a lot this weekend, I know you heard me over and over, but a huge shout out to Suzuki Marine and Sea Arc Boats, Suzuki, for making this championship happen. You know, the sit down dinner, all that. It's a fun event.
Goodness gracious.
Yes, and they're a beast. So Power Pole is a great partnership with us, with Twisted Cat. So any other questions before we jump off? I plan on doing like a 30-minute max solo podcast, and it's 8:22.
You said you'd beat me before I got home.
I guess I can just talk a lot when I get going. Anybody want to see Brian and me go head-to-head again in a live one-on-one? I think the problem is that I slept for 2 hours before I got started last year, and that kind of gave him that. He got that early morning bite to get started. But what do you honestly, Liz, do you think I wore the mustache pretty well
What mustache?
when I lost?
Sure.
So either Brian's phone died or he's scared to answer that question. Sean, I don't know what that means. That it cracked you up. Like you didn't like it or what? His one against Mike Mitchell landed with a ton of dragging master gear. Yeah, the one against Mike Mitchell was rough.
Katie, I'm over it.
The good thing is I'm going to probably do a mustache regardless if I lose. He said he's been ready since last year. Concrete to Catfishing said he's coming. Catches nothing but hogs. He'll see us soon. Concrete, we'll see it. Like I said, Alabama, Decatur, Alabama, January 4th, February 1st. We'll be in Texas, March 1st, Alton, Illinois. We'd love to have you. Dylan, the weight guess you won was probably, must have been a small weight guess. Cody, we're still go for tomorrow night, correct, on the Teams meeting? No, Tyson. First tournament of the year is Bama Blues, Decatur, Alabama, January 4th. Second tournament, stop 2, is February 1st. In Garland, Texas, outside of Dallas at Lake Ray Hubbard. And then the stop 3 is Alton, Illinois, March 1st.
You wanna go? You wanna go? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. That hurts, man.
Have to break out the Band-Aids.
Ouch, dude. Let's go back. Can we pull that up again?
Hey, I'm starting to.
All righty, I'll be down in a second. I just want to pull up Blair without me.
Big baby.
So Blair this weekend at the championship looks like 23rd place, 23 pounds, 25 ounces, 23.25. And then CatCon will be February 21st and 22nd. Hubbard is going to be awesome. Yeah, we're excited for Hubbard. All right, well, everybody, I'm going to jump off tonight. Thanks for jumping on and hanging out. Before I go, I'll play this Keystone Lake video. It's a recap of Keystone Lake. And again, make sure you get on the YouTube and subscribe so we can get to 1,000. I gotta do that for Rhett. So subscribe on our YouTube channel. Watch all those podcasts on YouTube. Next weekend, the championship winners, Brennan and Michael Yuvon. The weekend after that will be JT Ray, Angler of the Year. And then after that, I think you're going to see JT and I at Lake Ouachita doing an angler spotlight. Me and him seeing if we can catch some big blues out of there. And hopefully Chris Souders after that. So I think that's it. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy this video from Keystone Lake. Thanks for jumping on. Again, a huge shout out to all the sponsors this year. As you see below on the lower thirds, whether you use their products or not, shoot them a message. Tell them thanks for supporting Twisted Cat Outdoors and making it be such an awesome event that we like to be a part of. And we can't wait to grow it in 2025. We'll see you next Monday, but enjoy this video from our recap at Keystone Lake.
Dream big, 'cause boy, you're gonna make it. Stand tall, there's a higher road you're taking. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery. Yeah. I've been in the darkness for 40 days.
Hey, Alex Nagy with Twisted Cat Outdoors. Again, this was an awesome event here in Keystone Lake. Huge payout, 31 teams from over 10 states. The fishing was amazing, and a lot of things are at play at the last tournament of the year. This is stop number 13. We've been from Savannah, Tennessee, all the way over to Keystone Lake and Manford, Oklahoma. And like I said, this is a big lake and a lot of changes from last year, being a little bit cooler than the September weather. Now we're in October, and again, it was a big weigh-in. We've seen a lot bigger fish, more fish, almost every team weighed fish, and a big payout. So now we got to go back, put the points together, see how they did, and we're going to invite the top 50 anglers to Helena, Arkansas, November 2nd for our $25,000 championship. So again, it's going to be a big year. Our championship's left, and I can't wait to see how that plays out.
So can you help me out?
14.37.
Can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look in my soul.
Good unders.
I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
I also want to talk about the spectators that have really came into this sport. This is our second time in Oklahoma here at Keystone Lake. Last year we had a big crowd at the Harbor Grill. This year even a bigger crowd. People are asking all day, what time's the weigh-in? They're excited to be a part of it, and the sport's growing. And every event we've been to, more and more spectators are coming out, watching these anglers, enjoy their passion, chasing these big catfish.
Just got finished up with the weigh-ins. Water temperature is a little bit cooler. We've seen a ton of big fish come in this week, and it's just fun to see it. Again, just really great to see Twisted Cat back here at Keystone Lake, and we can't wait to welcome them back.
They hear the big fish that are out in Keystone Lake, and now they get to sit down at the Harbor Grill, eat a cheeseburger, and watch them weigh these big fish in. So it's really exciting. And again, I love having spectators watch these events. And this is one of my favorite weigh-ins because we get to weigh in on the dock. So boats leave on the water, they come back on the water, they come up, we weigh their fish. You know, it's Oklahoma, so you can only have 2 over 30 inches and 3 under for blues. And we only seen 2 flatheads today, but overall, big fish. A lot of different bait techniques from dragging, anchoring, spot lock, deep water, shallow water. about a mix of everything, and everybody caught good fish. It's just which area held the biggest. So again, an awesome weigh-in. So like I said, we've got kids, we've got ladies. It's a family fun event, and this is our 10th year, so it's growing, and we can't wait to see the future of Twisted Cat Outdoors and the sport of catfishing.